All of us are broken people and needing healing. And all this month, we're looking at some of the tools that God uses to bring that healing. Dr. Rob Reimer is the author of Soul Care, 7 Transformational Principles for a Healthy Soul. And Rob, today we want to talk about the importance of not doing this alone. Now, it was interesting when I was reading your book, you talked about we can sin over and over. We know God is watching. And maybe we get comfortable with that, I'm not sure. But when we bring other people in, it really changes things.
Yeah. I think the thing God most wants is access to our hearts. But what happens is we can sin, confess, and get in a doom loop. And really our hearts grow hard because we get so comfortable with just asking God for forgiveness. When we tell someone else, it pierces the hard places. And all of a sudden, God starts to get access. For a lot of us, we don't want to tell anybody else because of shame. Shame is the thing that often keeps us from breakthrough.
A lot of people, and you talked even about yourself, growing up in the church, you go up, okay, I've got a lust problem, or I've got, these bad thoughts, and I just need help. And, okay, you go up there for prayer and say, well, just don't do that
That's
again.
right.
That's
Don't
not
do
very
that.
effective.
No. We know we're not supposed to do it. What we need is to help understand why we're doing what we're doing and access the root issues and not just the symptoms. Too often in church, we're about behavior management or sin management and not dealing with root issues. But Jesus was a heart and soul guy.
So how do we get past then some of those obstacles? Because I know there's people watching today said, well, if you knew what I was thinking or if you knew what I've done, you wouldn't tell anybody. How do we get past that, Rob?
Yeah. So, one of the things that I always think about is God is community, right? Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and they've never had any lies, division, or secrecy between them. They've always had this tight bond. Well, you're created in the image of God, so am I. So we were born for true community. You were born for the kind of community with no secrets. And so this line about 1 John 1, where it talks about walking in the light, it says, God is light, and in Him there is no darkness. If we walk in the light as He is in the light, we'll have fellowship with one another. He shouldn't have said that. What He should have said was, we'll have fellowship with Him. But He doesn't.
No.
And that's because He understands if I'm really in the light with God, I'd walk in humility. And if I'm in humility, I wouldn't keep secrets with you and pretend to be better than I am.
We want to walk in the light, but a lot of time we're covering ourselves and walking.
Absolutely.
And it's so dangerous. I mean, it's like anything. If it's a sickness, we want to bring healing to it. We can't just look after the symptoms.
You can never use a tool from the kingdom of darkness to gain freedom in the kingdom of light. And a lot of times what the enemy does is he gives you a tool of darkness, like hiding and secrecy, in order to keep you in bondage.
Okay, boy, I'm looking so forward to this month. And here's how